All right, guys, what's going on? Back at you with another episode of Quarantine Football. Like always, I'm your co-host Ryan with you guys today. Very happy to be here today. Just got finished up with a few finals today, so very happy to get that off my shoulders and be almost done with my first semester of college. So that's definitely some awesome stuff. But with that, get on with today's show. We have a very special guest on the show today, my man Terian Williams, who plays defensive back and has a ton of offers from colleges across the country. What's going on? How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. Blessed to be here.
Hey, man, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show today, being able to talk with, number one athlete in Georgia like yourself, absolute stud in everything you do. And, starting out with the first question I like to ask a lot of the guys on the show is why did you start playing football? And more specifically, why your position?
Why did I start playing? My dad had got me into it. I first started soccer, and then he ended up taking me out to the football field. My mom didn't even know about it, and he took me out to tryouts. So he took me out to tryouts, and I just been loving it since.
Hey, that's definitely the stuff right there. Did your dad play football when he was a kid as well?
Yeah, he played football, and he ended up playing at Fresno State.
Oh, okay. So, that sort of the talent runs in the family, I would say.
Yes.
Hey, that's what's up right there, man. And obviously, on 24/7 your title as an athlete. But before we hopped on the show, you said to introduce you as a defensive back. Would you say DB is your favorite position to play?
DB is my favorite position to play. When I go to college, that's the position I'll be playing mostly cornerback, nickel, and the safety position.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's some awesome stuff. If you had to choose, obviously you mentioned you cornerback, nickel, all that the different variations of playing that position. What would you say is your like favorite sort of specific position to play when you're a defensive back?
I would say the nickel position. I'm able to cover man to man in space, and I like coming down to hit. So it gives me a variety between the safety position and the cornerback position.
Oh yeah, 100%, man, and that's the versatility, screaming right there. I think that being versatile on the football field is a very key component to playing the game. And you mentioned about the man-to-man coverage, making the hits. Would you say that you would prefer to play that man-to-man coverage over a zone?
I say yes, man to man coverage. It's me against you. So either you gonna win or I'm gonna win. Zone coverage, you can find soft holes, but man to man coverage, I'm gonna beat you.
Hey, that's what's up right there, man. I love the man-to-man coverage. Always love seeing the, kind of the defensive back wide receiver beef on the field, especially in games. Have you ever had any moments in high school where you've gotten, so not in, I wouldn't say into a fight with a wide receiver, but sort of been kind of beefing with the guy back and forth?
When you get into like the bigger games, especially in the playoffs and stuff, we talk a lot of mess out there, and especially the guys that we like know and we train with in the off season. We talk our mess out there, and we have a lot of fun at the same time. But on the football field, we be competing.
Oh yeah, 100% right there, man. And staying on topic of playing defensive back, obviously to a lot of average fans, we all kind of see, you guys play the defense, get an interception, and that's really it from our perspective. But obviously, that's not necessarily true. There's a lot more to the game of playing that position there that there is to meet the eye. What would you say is the hardest thing about playing defensive back that a lot of average fans don't really know about?
I say the hardest thing about playing defensive back is knowing once you get beat, you still have to play the rest of the game. So you have to move that play long and be able to play again, and don't let that play beat you further down the line. You're gonna get beaten. You're gonna have to get beat. That's part of the game. But being able to win throughout the game is what's the hardest thing to be able to play DB.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. You mentioned getting that you have the moments where you get beat. That kind of leads me into the other question I wanted to ask, which was, when that happened, when you get beat, how does that affect you personally as a defensive back?
Personally, I would say it doesn't really affect me much. Especially when you're talking about like off season with the type of coaching, especially have like a good coaching staff that puts you through off season, lets you go through those obstacles and stuff with your team. Your team's gonna bring you up either way. So getting beat doesn't happen often to me, you know what I'm saying? But when I do get beat, I know the team got my back. I know they believe in me. They know I'm gonna make the next play and I'm gonna make it up for them.
Yeah, 100%, man. Has there been any moment on the field where like you got him beat and then a couple plays later you just made incredible play like interception, crazy tackle?
Yes. I think it was sometime last year. I had got beat on the play. They're driving down the score. I got beat on the play, and then like 2 or 3 plays later, I make an interception. So I just come back and make a play for it.
Hey, that's what's up right there, man. Making a name for yourself, being able to perform when you have to. I love that right there. And staying on topic again about playing cornerback. Obviously, you're put into a lot of moments where it's game deciding plays, game deciding contested catches, and sometimes interceptions. Obviously, it's a lot of pressure on your back and on the field. How does that pressure affect you personally as a player?
I think the pressure makes me better. I love the pressure. I love when the cameras on, lights are on. I feel like the smaller games are the boring games. I like when the pressure's on, competing. Whole bunch of D1 athletes out there, Power Five guys. I just feel like that's when I play my best football.
Hey, yeah, that's definitely 100% agree with you. Bigger games over smaller games for sure. Staying on topic of that, have you played or what has been the craziest atmosphere that you played in? Whether it has to be, on the field, sort of trash talking, or just really crazy rambunctious fans.
I would say the craziest and biggest game probably would be the Colquitt game I played last year,
Hmm.
uh, or my freshman year Archer game. But last year we came back and beat Colquitt, but they brought their spirit buses down from down south, and we ended up coming back down by like 11, maybe 14, ended up winning the game. But that was a crazy atmosphere. And then probably the most trash talk had to be the Marietta game. We ended up losing, but it was probably like a total 20 plus D1 players on all together playing at one time. So we going at it throughout the whole game. Yeah, we were going at it.
Sheesh, man, I can't even. Personally, for me, haven't had the opportunity to watch any D1 guys in high school, but I can't even imagine the atmosphere there. All those great players on the field like yourself. Just going at it, talking that trash. Kind of shifting away from trash talk on the field. Have you had any sort? I wouldn't say run in, but any weird experiences with fans kind of talking trash to you directly?
I'll probably say when we went down the Lowndes last year, second game of the season, I was starting at cornerback at the time, and the side I was on was away from our bench. So I
Mm.
was on their student section side, and they were just talking mess the whole game. They would bring up uh, people from our school, some they do their research. But I stay locked in, but yeah, they be talking a lot of mess down there.
Hey, got to give credit to the student section there. I mean, dedication, doing their research, trying to get inside your guys' head. Obviously, it didn't work. And, that's great to hear, but I always love the crazy fans, always love those atmospheres. And, staying on topic of pressure and in game moments, obviously, before a game, you might get some butterflies, might get a bit nervous before going out there. What is your go to thing to sort of calm those butterflies and, ease the pressure?
I just say I pray before every game. I just say that you brought me here for a reason. I just say thank you for everything you've done so far in my life, and just keep me safe throughout the game and bring out with a W.
Hey, definitely the stuff right there, man. A lot of guys that we've had on the show have also said that when they're on the field, that first play that they either make a hit or get a tackle, that they're kind of just like locked in. Then they're like, okay, this is happening. We're playing now. Would you say the same is for yourself?
Yeah, I'll say when you start the game, it just hasn't really started yet until you make the first contact. That's something I like about being on kickoff return because that's the first play. So either way, I'm finna get the first contact, something like that, and then it's here. We're playing.
Yeah, definitely agree with you there, man. Always, great to see these big games, especially for guys like you in high school. Another one that I wanted to ask before we kind of transition over to, your recruitment process is, being an athlete obviously comes with a lot of responsibilities and, a lot of things that you have to, sort of juggle in your arms and stuff like that. Would you say that being an athlete like yourself makes you personally a better person?
I would say being an athlete does make me, myself, and other people a better person. It just keeps you out of trouble, it keeps you busy, um, and it teaches you about life. It teaches you different things that you go through life. So I just feel like it's personally for me, it has helped me go through different obstacles through life.
Yeah, definitely, man. You're talking about how it teaches you life lessons. What are some of those life lessons that you've learned from playing the game?
One thing I say is adversity, going through adversity, especially this year. You're talking about COVID. We went through a
Hmm.
whole lot of adversity. We didn't know if we were going to play at one point. We've had issues on the team, different things like that. But I say adversity, going through obstacles, leadership, being a team, working together, different things like that. You're going to have to work with different people that you just met, different people. Like it's just teaching you different things through life that will help me further down the line.
Yeah, 100% agree with you there, man. Adversity is definitely a big thing in football, being able to overcome that. Kind of shifting gears to more about your recruitment process now. Obviously, like I mentioned before, you a crap ton of offers from different schools across the entire nation. How did that make you feel knowing that all of these schools are, taking a look at you and interested in bringing you to the team?
I'm always humble about the offers that's coming in. I remember when I got my first offer was in eighth grade. It was from Howard, and
Hmm.
I just couldn't believe that it was happening. You know, uh, I'm just happy and blessed to be able to have all this going on. So to have 34 offers at the point I'm at now, never thought. I don't want to say I never thought, but it's just dreams to reality now.
Oh, 100% agree with you there, man. I mean, eighth grade, getting your first D1 offer is just insane. Can you kind of take me through that moment when you learned that you got your first D1 offer at such a young age?
Yeah, so they're not able to talk to us, text us, or anything like that. So Coach Rodney over with Raw, one of the recruiting guys down here, he helps a lot of the kids in Georgia. Um, he actually set that whole thing up. He told him he had a kid, eighth grade. I was young at the time, but he showed him my highlights. I had the transcripts. I've already taken at that point, I had taken the ACT for the first time. So we did all that, and then I ended up calling the coach, and we got on the phone, and he offered me on the phone, and I'll forever be blessed for that.
Hey man, that's just absolutely insane. I mean, you mentioned how you took the ACT already in eighth grade. I mean, that's pardon my language, but that's fucking crazy. I mean, I didn't take that shit till I was like junior year of high school. So I'm extremely impressed by that, man. Personally, obviously you mentioned all the offers you have and how blessed you are. This is kind of I wouldn't say a sort of a pressing question, kind of a bold question, but do you personally have a top five right now of where you might want to go?
I do not have a top five. I did want to have like a top, seven, eight maybe
Hmm.
by now, but due to COVID, we haven't been able to go visit colleges. So I haven't visited a lot of the colleges that have offered me. I've only visited mainly the colleges in the southeast due to COVID. It was back in before even COVID even happened. So I have not visited a lot of the colleges that have offered me.
Oh yeah, definitely makes sense there, man. COVID has definitely taken a hit on a lot of guys' recruitment process, and see, obviously with you, you have all those offers, but not being able to visit, that's definitely a crucial part of deciding where you want to go for the next 4 years to continue your career. Out of all the schools that you have been able to visit, what would you say has been the one you've liked the most so far?
Uh, let's see. I love them all. They were all good. I've been to Florida many times. I have family down in Florida, so I've been there many times. And I had my cousin was on the team, also Tyree Cleveland. So just having him on the team, I say that was a good atmosphere, and the Florida fans always show love. And Kentucky also, Kentucky show a lot of the love, the fans, the coaches, the team. I know a lot of those guys on that team. They play youth ball when I was younger and down here. So I say between those two spots, especially how I knew a lot of the guys on the team and grew up with those guys, I say those were great atmospheres.
Oh, 100%, man. All great football schools, obviously. When also looking at a team, there's a lot you got to look at in terms of coaching staff. What are you looking for in terms of coaching staff at a school?
Coaching staff, when you go to a school, you don't know if the coaching staff is going to leave at one point. So, most important from coach staff, I want somewhere that feels like home. If I wasn't playing football, would I still love it there? The fans, the academic portion also, because there's life after football, and I'm at to know. I know that there's life after football, so I'm at to be able to be prepared for that. So, bring all those things together. That's going to be the perfect spot for me.
Yeah, definitely, man. You mentioned, life after football and being prepared for that. I think that's a very big thing. A lot of guys don't really think about at a young age. So it's definitely, very good to hear that you're thinking about that and preparing for that. Do you know what you might want to do when life after football happens?
I know I want to be an engineer. Haven't specifically dived into which engineering field. I might want to teach and end up teaching so I can also coach. Give back. I know a lot of the athletes that end up coaching, and I would just love to give back to the kids.
Sheesh, man. I mean, wanted to be an engineer. You took the ACT in 8th grade. You have 34 D1 offers. I mean, you're like the whole package that a college wants, pretty much. I mean, you're just all over the boards, intelligent, straight up beast on the football field. 100% credits to you, man, putting in that work. And obviously, so many accolades already on and off the football field, which is definitely crazy. You mentioned how you want to play defensive back most likely in college. What type of wide receivers are you sort of, looking forward to playing against in college? Whether it be specific guys or just a certain type of wide receiver build.
Uh, I played a lot of, especially in Georgia. A lot of the guys that I play against weekly are the guys that's on Saturdays now. Probably like one of the top guys I've ever had to face was Reed Gilbert at LSU now.
Mhm.
Uh, that's probably one of the top guys I've had to go against. But the probably at the nickel position specifically, I'm gonna have to go against a speedy type of guy.
Mhm.
Good size. He's not gonna be too big, not too small, but he's gonna have good size and somebody that can get out there cuts fast. That's why I work on my technique a lot, speed a lot, because I'm gonna have to go against those guys.
Yeah, definitely, man. That pretty much matches up with your game perfectly, being a man-to-man cornerback. So definitely not surprised to hear that answer for sure. Kind of moving more into the future, obviously with your future goals. Would you say making the NFL is your biggest goal as of right now?
Yes, that's always the number one goal. Number one goal is to make the NFL and have a successful family, of course, and provide for my family. But the NFL is the goal.
Definitely, man. Always wanting to, make your family proud. Being able to provide for them is definitely, in my opinion, the number one goal. Like always, in terms of making the NFL, is there any? If you had to choose one team to get drafted to, what team do you think you'd choose?
Well, I'm a Falcons fan,
Hmm.
but in terms of playing for a team, I probably want to play for like the Dolphins, maybe just because it's beautiful down there and they have something growing down there. You can see they went down here, now they building up. Hopefully,
Yeah.
they can stay up there for a while. You got different teams that's going up and down, and they're on the way up. So hopefully, they get something going.
Oh yeah, absolutely love the Dolphins. Love the coach they have there in Brian Flores. Like you said, went from being so far down and now they're a playoff team. So 100% agree with you there, man. Staying on topic of making the NFL, is there any guy currently in the league that you may look up to or sort of model your game after personally?
Okay. If I had to say a football player, I'm all on my game after, it would be Deshaun Watson.
Hmm.
I love his game. I love his enthusiasm. I love his passion for the game. At my position specifically, I would say it would be Richard Sherman. I know I read and looked at different things with Richard. He his knowledge of the game. He's not the fastest, but his film work and his technique and his knowledge of the game is why he's so good at what he does.
Yeah, definitely, man. If you had the opportunity to, train with Richard Sherman, would you take that opportunity? I'm assuming you'd say yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, man's just an absolute beast on the field. In my opinion, one of the best to ever do it at his position. So definitely no surprise there that you look up to him for sure. Kind of transitioning out of football questions, just a few fun questions that we wanted to ask you on the show. One question that I wanted to ask is, you got any top three favorite music artists you like to listen to currently?
Everybody's down on my favorite artist right now, but it's A Boogie, man. That's my favorite artist. I love A Boogie. I listen to A Boogie all the time. Other than that, it'd probably be like Lil Baby and probably Gunna up there. But yeah, A Boogie is my favorite.
Have to say that Lil Baby is a very popular answer on the show. I think almost every guy we've talked to have said Lil Baby. A Boogie is definitely one that I haven't heard a lot. I think he's a great artist. Personally, I don't listen to him a ton, but I still think he's absolutely incredible at what he does. And Gunna's kind of like on and off for me personally. I'm not a huge Gunna fan, but definitely that list is definitely some top tier guys right there. Another question that I want to touch upon is what are your top three favorite foods?
Favorite foods, I probably say wings, pizza, and probably hibachi.
All right. That's I haven't heard hibachi. That's definitely a new one. I think that's definitely a slept on favorite food by a
Yeah,
lot of people. That's definitely one of my favorites though, and I absolutely love my wings for sure.
oh
And
yeah.
then another question I want to ask. This one's kind of a funny one that I actually haven't asked in a while. But who's your celebrity crush?
Celebrity crush. When I was younger, it was Ariana Grande. I would say now it would be Rihanna or Zendaya.
All right, yeah, that's valid. We get a lot of Zendaya's, a lot of
Yeah.
Rihanna's, and I mean, who can blame you? I mean, both very attractive, if I say so myself, for sure. And then before we wrap this one up, last question I want to ask is obviously we touched upon Corona, how it's affected everyone on and off the football field. Personally, for you, back when it first started and everything kind of got shut down, what did you do to sort of stay on top of your game and stay active?
When it first happened, it was crazy times. They shut down weight rooms, gyms, all that. So, you know, being, the athlete I am, we still had to get work. We still had to get better, get ready for the next season. I had a park across the street. I worked there every day doing DB drills. Ended up getting a gym in my basement. Ended up setting that up. So I ended up getting weight room lift there. So yeah, I ended up just doing basically do it yourself things. Still doing the same drills, same weight room stuff, but just doing it yourself at home and making the best out of the situation.
Hey, I love that right there, man. Making the best out of the situation. Definitely some awesome stuff. Knowing that you were able to put in work while we were all stuck at home and stay on top of your game. And I think that should be motivation for everyone out there. If you guys we're all stuck at home right now. Definitely, stay on top of your craft, whatever you're good at. Make sure you're active and just make sure you're doing what you can to get through this right now. But with that, we're going to wrap up today's show. Terry, and I want to thank you so much for being able to hop on the show and talk with me today, man. It was an absolute pleasure having you on. You got anything else you want to say before we sign off?
No, I just appreciate it and ready to get to this next season.
Hey, love that stuff there, man. Once again, appreciate you being able to hop on the show and talk with me today. Absolute pleasure to have you on once again. But with that, I want to thank everyone for listening today and tuning in. Like always, if you haven't, make sure you subscribe to the show on Apple, on Spotify, whatever you're listening on, and listen to all of our episodes. It will be greatly appreciated. And follow our Instagram at QF Podcast. We're trying to hit 7K by the end of December, and we're 200 away right now. So make sure you go ahead, give us a follow right now while you're on your phone. But with that, I want to thank everyone for listening today, and we'll see you guys next time.